Let's move on to the Chelsea game because, a host of injuries coming our way. I mean, what sort of lineup are we going to be playing on the weekend? Like, what sort of front line can we even play?
If it's the worst case scenario, Bergwijn out, Lucas out, Son out, what are you thinking?
Well, the main thing is, hopefully, straight away, Sanchez and Ramiro come straight back because they come in, I think they fly in tomorrow or lad tomorrow. And the good thing is, if we do play a back four of, because Tanganga's out, of Emerson, Romero, Sanchez, Reguilon, you got 4 Spanish speakers. The communication is not going to be an issue, and try and help Romero through it. So I think, to tell you the truth, right now with Lukaku and the way Chelsea are playing, I think it's vital that our defence is up to standard more than our attack. Because if we can always find a goal out of somewhere, but we need to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, and it's not even just our defence, because we need to be defending from the front. Our press needs to be absolutely spot on. We need to be spot on in every single action in the game. We can't have any more of these Trippiers passing it back and it going in. We can't have any of these Vertonghen slipping. We can't have any of these these mishaps that happen against Chelsea way too often in these big games. And when you bring up the kind of form that we're on against Chelsea, look at that. You can see it on screen here. 4 losses and 1 draw in the last 5 games. I mean, this is a terrible run we're on against these lot, and this is like the strongest version of them we're going to be facing in the past however long. Oh,
without doubt. Thomas Tuchel has done a wonderful job, as much as I hate to say it. And they have
what a wretched form.
It really is. I mean, it's getting as bad as you remember when we went to, or you were at the game when we finally broke the curse at the bridge. Yeah. They've always been our bogey team, but normally at the Lane we give them a game. But the last couple of ones they've walked all over us.
And we've scored 1 goal against them in the last 5 games.
That's so worrying. It's so worrying, and
we don't have an attack this game.
I also said, you know what? After the Palace game and the Rennes game, I said at the Rennes game we need to get a good performance in. So at least when we go into the game Sunday, the atmosphere is buoyant, the crowd will be up, and if this game doesn't start the way we want it to, this could be a very, very hard game and a bad atmosphere in there, and it's not looking good. But I'm more concerned, or I'm happier to hear that hopefully Romero and Sanchez will be there as opposed to what we have up front, because like I said, for me it's vital that the defence is as full as strong as it can be, because they are going to create havoc.
Completely it's going to be very, very difficult, because the way Chelsea are playing this fluid 3 at the back system, where they seem to always have options wherever on the pitch, whether they got the 2 inside forwards, and then they got 2 wing backs, and then they got Lukaku, and they got 2 centre mids. Always an option, always looking to create something. It's near like every team, even Man City last season when Tuchel was new to the job. Man City was struggling to deal with Chelsea, and now we've got Lukaku through the door. They're doubly as hard to deal with now. They're just a completely different animal now with Lukaku in there. For me, I think we have to go 3 at the back on Sunday. I think we have to. I don't think we have a choice. First of all, because the personnel available, and second of all, to compete with Chelsea, just to be on a level playing field with them. I think we need to have those 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs. Otherwise, they're going to stretch us too much out wide. We're going to get completely overrun. And I think the only way to do it is to do 5-3-2. That's the only way I can see it. Start Romero, Sanchez, Rodon, Emerson, Reguilon, Højbjerg, Skip in the middle, and then Højbjerg, Skip and Ndombele in the middle, with Kane and Gil up front. That's the only way I can see us going into this game if all three players are injured.
Do you know what? If I had a choice, that's the team I would pick myself. Dele Alli, as you guys know, I've not been Dele Alli's biggest fan, and alright, he's played a good few games, but last couple of games he's been non-existent. Apart from that incredible sliding challenge he made at Crystal Palace, that was unbelievable. He's just been non-existent, and I think the team you said is exactly what I'll go for. Exactly what I'll go for, because we've got to match them up. Whatever they do, we've got to match them up, because if we try anything else, they will walk all over us.
Well, cast your minds back. I think it was 2015 where we came up against Chelsea at White Hart Lane. Pochettino was our manager at the time, and we were on. Nobody gave us a chance in hell. Pochettino wasn't exactly favoured by the fans at that point. I mean, we weren't going that well, and Chelsea were unstoppable at that time. We ended up beating them 5-2 or 5-3 or whatever it was, with Mason and Bentaleb in the middle of the park. I mean,
good old days.
We hardly had a team that day. Andros Townsend scored for us that day. Nasser Chadli scored for us that day. I mean, players that didn't really make it at Spurs. But I mean, is there any chance that that can happen this weekend?
Well, you know what?
Defy the odds completely.
That you've mentioned one, and I've said it with like the Man City game. I actually, for some reason, think we're going to win, and it's not because of those teams. You mentioned that game, but also if you go a couple of years later, when Conte was flying and they were on 13 game up straight wins, Dele Alli got 2 goals, and we beat them again. So for some reason, when we play Chelsea and they're flying at home, we seem to get the better of them. So I'm hoping
under Sarri we ended our unbeaten run as well when Son scored that goal.
From the halfway line, yeah. We seem like that's a great one as well. We seem to do something to Chelsea when they are flying, and that's, as I was speaking to you before, Simeon, I'm very superstitious when it comes to these kind of games, and I'm just praying that it happens, especially that I'm going to be there. My first game.
But I think even if we had a fully fit squad, we would need a miracle.
Yeah.
Squad we have is like we're going to not just need a miracle. We need some sort of divine intervention.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying about that 5-3 game is that 5-3 game changed everything for us that season. It changed completely everything for us. And do you think that if we have a victory this weekend against Chelsea, it can have the same kind of effect?
I mean, we're not as far. That was like halfway through the season. So whether obviously it would. The confidence
it was 1st of January that game.
The confidence that could bring to beat Chelsea would be massive. Of course, it would be. I just think it's so hard to judge how Nuno does in this game because of what the cards he has in this game. It's so hard. I think if we did have a fully fit squad or a near full fit squad, I think you can judge Nuno on how competitive we are in the game. But if he puts out the team, if we have no strikers and he's forced to put out a team that's lacking in attacking talent, and we get destroyed, I do feel really. And also the players are just coming back a day before. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, to say, oh, you should have done this and that. It's like I get the feeling like anything he does on Sundays, he's just going to get undone, isn't it? I just get the feeling it's going to be near impossible to get a result.
And especially, with this guy coming in the team, Romelu Lukaku, he's come back to Chelsea now after a sensational season at Inter Milan where he's really put himself into the top echelon of strikers in the world. He really has in the last year. He's come to Chelsea, he's hit the ground running. He's probably the best striker in the league right now on terms of current form. How the hell are we going to stop this guy?
I don't know. I mean, I was looking at this, and when you look at strikers and their records against certain clubs, Lukaku hasn't done that well against us.
This is a different animal, though.
That you're right. I mean, also going back on what you were just talking about, Simeon, with the Pochettino thing, we all knew Pochettino wanted to play attacking football, and once we won that 5-3, we kind of kicked on from there. We don't know. I mean, we've heard from a lot of Wolves fans that he's ultra defensive, so I don't know if we win, if it's going to be, okay, this is the way forward like Poch wanted, or it's a lucky win and we're going to go back to being defensive. But Lukaku is you look at the guy that was at Manchester United and you look at the guy that's come back now, and it's a completely different player. And he suits Chelsea. They've always played one up top and it's a target man. It's not like it's a proper hold up, get there, and you saw what he did to the filth, and you saw what he did last week. He's devastating. Yeah. He is devastating at the moment.
And I can't see a situation where he's not going to be able to isolate one of our centre-backs. And in one-on-one situations, he's brutal, especially with his strength, holding off people, getting a yard and getting a shot off. He is so good at that. And even if we play 5 at the back, the wing-backs are going to have to be preoccupied with their wing-backs because they're so offensive, their wing-backs. Then that leaves 3 inside forwards against 3 centre-backs, which means Lukaku's going to have to. We're going to have to defend one-on-one at one point with Lukaku, and if we play 4 at the back, that's even worse.
Yep.
So I don't know how we stop him. It's going to be very, very difficult. I can't see a situation where he doesn't at least have a few chances in this game. I can't see it. We're going to need Hugo.
He'll take the first chance he gets as well.
We're going to need Hugo to have a mad game.
I don't know how well Romero did with him against Atalanta. So maybe if
he did very well.
Okay, so that's
well.
one. If
he's got good previous from last season. Yeah.
If he's playing, then that's at least one thing. Someone that has played against him recently. If it was Rodon, as much as I love him, I think he will have Rodon on toast because he's so inexperienced at this level. Wait, did Belgium play Wales in the Euros or did they not? I can't remember.
Belgium versus Wales.
They did, didn't they?
Not in this Euros. In this Euros?
I don't know why I thought it was, but maybe Rodon had played against him. But I think if Rodon gets left one-on-one with him, if we do go with the formation you said, that could be an issue.
Did Belgium not knock out Wales?
No, that was in the semi-final.
No.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, Wales knocked out Belgium.
That's right.
That was it.
And I think Rodon would have been about 12. But yeah, I think if Romero is playing, it's another reason why I think he's got to come in.
All right. Well, what are we saying for score predictions? Sunday.
Give me a score. I can't honestly. I can't see anything but a win. Even before, I was like thinking Spurs might get a goal, but we're still going to lose. Now I can't see anything but a win 2-0 for Chelsea. I can't. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to see anything else. I think they're way more settled than us. They got way better personnel than us, with or without the injuries, including the injuries. We're now doubly as we were worse off on Sunday. They got a team in form. They got a team in form with Lukaku. I can't see anything. I mean, I'm desperate for Tottenham to turn up on Sunday and surprise me, but I honestly can't see anything but a win 2-0 for Chelsea.
Because I'm saying with my superstition. I don't know the score, but I'm just going for a Tottenham win, and I'm just I have to because of the superstition in me, and I just hope so because I don't want my very first game at the new stadium against that lot to be like a really bad result. So I am going to pray to the gods that we get a win.
Gonna need the fans on side on Sunday.
Big time.
Need the fans on side, but I'm afraid that if we go 1-0 down, it's going to turn very negative in that stadium.
Yep.
I fear for that, and I think that. If the negativity switches like that, I mean, I think that we could get absolutely smashed on Sunday. I really believe that. And I just call on anyone going just to stay positive until the game is absolutely gone, because as long as the fans are on side, we've got a chance.
Well, the one thing I will add to that, and I need to add this, is if it does turn negative, please, guys, don't direct it at Nuno. There's a guy that sits just a few tiers above him that is to blame for everything. So it's 4 games in the Premiership, let's say 7 games in total. He hasn't got the team, the injury ravaged. There's only one man to blame, and I'm going to be careful what I say, and it's the chairman.
And it's Daniel Levy. Don't worry, you can say it.
Okay, that's where the blame needs to be had. It's always been him. Managers before have always been let down by this man, and everyone keeps blaming the manager. I don't know how many managers we have to go through. From the Champions League to the Europa League to the Conference League to sack him. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to go on a rant right now. But yeah,
I can feel it coming.
It's coming. I think I'm being triggered by myself. I'm triggering myself. But yeah, guys, please stop the hate at Nuno and direct it in the right place.
Yeah, I think all this negativity around Nuno, and I get it. There have been obviously it's not been the best start of the season in terms of performances. Like first of all, results-wise, it really hasn't been that bad. Like so far,
3 wins and a loss.
Yeah, 3 wins and a loss. Even yesterday, a 2 draw away at Red in the Conference League which is the hardest game in the group. It's not a bad result. So I think results-wise, it hasn't been too bad. But I understand the negativity around the style of play so far. But you just got to remember. He's very early on in his Tottenham tenure. He's had pretty much the worst hand possible when it comes to injuries and suspensions and the players going off at international duty and all that kind of stuff. Like, you have to be at least more patient than this to start getting on his back, I think. Way more patient.
And Nuno must be thinking, like, how unlucky am I? Because last year at Wolves, he had the same problem. Everyone just kept getting injured for him last year at Wolves. And, they kind of laid into him because of the defensive football, because of it. And it's happening again here. Like, literally, after 3 wins on the bounce, everything has gone wrong.
Well, you look at it the other way. If you, like I said, 3 wins and a defeat. If that defeat had been the first game against Man City and then 3 wins,
yeah, exactly,
everyone would have been like, "Oh, brilliant! We expect a defeat against Man City," but because it's gone the other way, it's Nuno this, Nuno that, and we've got to realise that it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. So
Sim's going for a loss. I mean, did you give the score prediction?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0, yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Okay, so I'm going to say a win. I just can't predict. Do you know what? Let's be bold. Let's say I'm going to say 3-1.
3-1. Wow.
I'm going to be ultra positive for a change.
All right.
3-1 Tottenham.
All right. That is our match preview for the Chelsea game this weekend.